How's it going, YouTubers? Cornwolf here. Thank you for joining me for another video today. And today we've got another build and tune. This is going to be my AMC series of tunes. They're all going to be in C-class, but there's going to be a few little twists, which we'll find out when we get to those tunes. And basically, on Stella Stig's forum, I'll drop a link below if nobody that's watching this has seen it. He's trying to do a better for racing kind of forum. Sometimes the egos and stuff on the official forums are a bit too much. You don't really get any answers, and they don't really set up that many races. So Stella Stig took it upon himself to build his own forum, and basically we set up races there. And one of the series which is coming to an end this Saturday is the AMC series, series 1. And basically he's selected a certain amount of American muscle cars. Some of them may not, or may, depending on how you look at it, may not be muscle cars, but it's what's been set. There's a fine line, I think, between it just being an American car and a muscle car, and people have different interpretations. So it was set a list, and we went with it. You couldn't use the same car twice. There was 5 races. You couldn't use the same car twice, and depending on how well you did in the series, you'd get a PI drop as well. So we all started off at C500, and then we'd go from there, and you could have teams, and it's just really good fun, really nice wheel-to-wheel racing, and hopefully the PI would slow down the faster guys and let these slower guys catch up. I was on a team with my friend Filthy Piehole, and he managed to do these lovely liveries for us. We was Rebel Racing for the win. We didn't do too bad. I think we're currently stand 3rd in the team table, so we're doing pretty well for ourselves. I did miss one car, so you're going to see 4 builds from me. Unfortunately I didn't do the 5th one. I had to miss that race, but you've got 4 builds from me, and they're all going to be different PIs, and just take them out and see what you think around the tracks and see how well you can do. Something that did surprise me a little bit with this series is, even with a PI reduction, how fast you can get a car to go around a track with reduced PI. So everyone wants to get to the top of the PI. I think there's a few people potentially, some of these Forza gurus and things, that are going to be scratching their heads and doing a bit of a WTF, because there's a guy on our league called Blue Enforcer, fantastic driver, top credibility to him, awesome guy, happy to help where he can, but damn, he's a good driver. I think he's managed to get a couple of his cars in the top couple of hundred. I'm not sure if he's got one of them into the lower hundreds, with a reduced PI car, with something like a 470 car rather than the standard 500 you'd expect from a C-class car. So it just goes to show what you can do and how you can push these cars without full PI. So anyway, enough waffling for me. I'll just have a quick look around this. I'm number 7, that's my chosen number. Don't worry, I'm not a David Beckham fan. It's just a number that means quite a bit to me in my life, so I've done that, and basically we've just got a bit of a Star Warsy feel to these. Got my name, got the Stella Stig Network, got the AMC, it's got the Rebel Racing and different things on there, got Sea Wolf, and it just looks pretty sweet as far as cars go. So anyway, we'll go back out of here, and we shall take a look at the tune. I didn't want to give these tunes away too early, just in case some of the other boys decided to use them in some of their races. The first race was Road Atlanta, so this is the one where you may have seen on Stella Stig's YouTube channel, where I did a massive roll down a hill. So I didn't do particularly well in this race. Well, I did crap in this race, I'll be fair. I came dead last, but I persevered with it because it was a good laugh, having a laugh on the old headsets and things. It's just one of those things of racing. Stella went hot into a corner, wasn't quite sure how I was coming out of it. He managed to take the corner a little bit better than I did, shunted me from behind, and I just completely lost it. So anyway, see what you think. This is Road Atlanta full. I always get those two mixed up. So yeah, take it a blast around here, but anyway, we'll get into the tune. Waffling on a little bit. So in the conversions as always, we'll go into the engine swap, and we've got the 5.7 litre V8 in here. Drivetrain, we've got stock. Aspiration conversion, and we've got the race springs and dampeners, which is the supercharger or whatever it is. I don't know why they've not changed that yet. We'll go to the engine parts. Air filter is stock. Fuel system is stock. Ignition is race. Exhaust is stock. Cams are race cams. Valves is stock. Displacement is stock. Pistons and compression is stock. And the supercharger, we've got the sport supercharger. The intercooler will be stock as always. So is the oil and cooling. And the flywheel is stock also. Just quickly fly through that. Platform and handling, we'll have the race brakes, thank you very much. And we'll have the race springs, race front anti-roll bars. I can't get my words out today. Race rear anti-roll bars, and the chassis and roll cage is stock. And the weight reduction is full race weight reduction. The driveline, the clutch is stock. Transmission is sport. Driveline is the street driveline. Differential is race. Tyres and rims, and the tyre compound we've got here is stock. Front width is the 245, so the second one in. And we've got the 345, so big fat tyres in the rear here. So that's all the way up to the top there. Rims, I think we've probably got sport rims on here. Yes, we have. We've got the R2-7s and the ROJAs. So just to reduce some of the weight there. And the size we've got the 16-inch in the front, and we've got the 16-inch in the rear. Aero, front aero we've got Forza, and the rear aero we've got Forza also. So we'll just pop into conversion again, and we'll just go through the stats. So after all that, you should have speed of 6.5, handling of 4.2, acceleration of 8.3, launch of 7.6, and braking of 4.3. And power, we've got 525 brake horsepower, torque of 498, weight 2,696 pounds, front of 55%, and a displacement of 5.7 litres. I'm not sure if I've actually mentioned what car we're in here. You'd have seen it in the description, but this is the Trans AM 69. I probably should have mentioned that a little bit earlier, but you'd have seen it in the description and stuff anyway. So the tyres here, we've got 29% at the front, 28.5 in the rear. Gearing, because we've only got the sport gearbox here, we can't change any of the gears, so they're all stock. But the speed we've got here of the final drive is 3.5%. Alignment is negative 3.0 in the front. Rear we've got negative 2.8, that's for the camber. Toe we've got 0.1 and negative 0.1 for the front and rear there. And the front caster angle we've got 6.0. Anti-roll bars we've got at 14.80 for the front, and the rear we've got 12.86. Springs we've got 456.6 in the front, and the rear springs we've got 397.1, and the ride height we've got here it's dropped all the way to the deck at 6.9 inches. Dampening, we've got the Racer Boy ones on here. I have been slightly changing this myself just for personal preference, but we've got 11.7 in the front and rear. For the rebound and the bump stiffness we've got 1.9 in the front and rear. Aero we've got 100 and 200, so we've got full aero on there. Braking we've got 47%. I've been doing this a little bit higher at 125%, but that's just for my personal preference, why I share this with you, because that might not work for you. Differential, we've got 10% and 20%. So just have a quick look at the stats on the left hand side there. We've got 3.950 seconds for 0 to 60. 0 to 100 miles an hour is 9.163, and apparently it's good for 169.1 miles per hour. So that is this lovely Trans Am for you here, the 69 Trans Am. I'm going to do another video on this car once the series is over, because there are a few things that I've learnt throughout this series, talking to the other guys, sharing information, and just general me tuning to try and get the best I can out of the cars, especially when you get to lower PI. So I'm going to revisit these cars after the series is done, and just see. There are some where I've already started to implement some of my changes to the builds, so it's something for you guys to look forward to, but it's also something so I can show you what I've learned and why I'm changing it, and why I think it works better. And then what we can do is, if you guys take this around Road Atlanta, we'll take this car around Road Atlanta again, and I'll probably film that live, and we'll just see how much of an improvement we can make on that. So thank you for joining me on this video again, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all those wonderful things. Check out Stella Stig's forum. As always, this is going to be on my Patreon site, and you'll be able to get this in text format. That's just a little extra for those guys on my Patreon. Please do check out that. Lots of good fun things on there in the way for you guys to interact with me. If not, I'll just keep posting these on here as always. And until next time, I shall see